Okay, so here's start my tower defense game. Select the tower down here, shows you a little box. So build your little towers. Get a little build effect coming out of the ground. And you'll see they rotate to point at the nearest targets. And then they'll blow up. They take a little bit of damage. There's some very minute particles for each hit. And then it explodes when they actually completely die. Right now it's just endless and there's no death here. They just sit at the end. And I've only got one tower at the moment. But yeah, you can see the health's working. The lock-on working, the effects are working cool. I'm going to add different towers, but I want them to have different effects rather than just all being shooting. So this is like your really weak basic turret, and these are your really basic enemies at the moment. Obviously I'll slow the spawning rate down so that it just pour out like this, but the basic gameplay is working quite well. There's a very tiny counter up here to show when the next wave's coming. So they need to play around with the position of this a little bit. The UI is actually very tricky because I'm aiming to publish on mobile. The UI is actually the worst thing to sort of plan because I don't want to really move the camera around. I feel that would be a bit too annoying. So having it all like the same right scale and everything is quite difficult, whereas on PC you can just move the camera around with like your keyboard and stuff, and it wouldn't be much of a problem. But using your finger to move around and also place turrets and select turrets on mobile, I feel that would be kind of annoying. And I don't want to have like some joystick on the screen in the way to sort of control the camera, so I feel like having the whole map on the screen at once is probably the best way. So I'm not entirely sure quite how big the map should be, whether this is too big and I should sort of cut it off here perhaps, and then I can zoom in a bit more. Although you don't really need to, you don't need to micromanage like everything that's happening on screen, as it were. I don't really need to worry about whether I can see the bullets going in, and some of the later turrets will have bigger effects anyway, whereas these are quite small because it's just a little crossbow bolt, like a little arrow just firing across. So you don't really need to see it, you just need to know that they're sort of pointing in the right direction, sort of thing. You can see these guys are not even doing anything anymore because these aren't getting any extra health. It's a constant rate of spawn as well. What comes out is random, but it doesn't really make a lot of difference. The helicopters are obviously faster than the tanks, but they can get slowed up if they get stuck behind a tank. So you can see like the helicopter quickly catches up with a tank, but then he tries to overtake, which will slow them down, which I'm pretty happy with. I actually really like that. So it means that if you do slow down like the front end enemies, it will sort of clog up the rest of them like this, which is pretty cool. So there is actual pathfinding logic already in this game, which is really nice thing to just have work instantly like this. Whereas normally what you would do is you'd have like a set point at each corner, and then you just tell them to go to each corner and in turn, and then they pretty much just ignore each other. But with this, they actually have to obey, like trying to go around each other. And obviously, if you have turrets that slow down like the tank even more, then these guys are going to get slowed down even more until they can get past. Yeah, it's pretty cool, really. I'll probably try and do more to the effects. They look a bit crappy right now, but you know, it's a learning process, and also sort of trying to get used to, or trying to get a feel for how it will perform on mobile as well, because obviously things like particles are very expensive. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then later I'll have a money system and a way to sort of improve the turrets. Because right now I can't actually click them, I just have a turret selected that I'm trying to build. I can't actually build over this one, so like if I click here it won't actually do anything. It's not building like 10 million turrets on that one square, but I can't actually interact with the turrets themselves yet. I think the lights are a bit big in the explosions actually. You can see it's like affecting over here even when they get destroyed like down here. So obviously with the helicopters being faster, they take more turrets to kill with the basic turrets because they get less time to actually lock on. The crossbow bolt never miss unless the enemy dies beforehand. Like say this turret and this turret hit the same target. If this one kills it, then this one will just delete his shot. But otherwise, they will follow. Like, even if you had like a helicopter that was super fast and went around really fast, as soon as this one got a lock on, the crossbow bolt would literally follow it across the entire map. Which I don't really like, but I think it's fine for the simplicity's sake. Like, there's no real reason to slow down the game anymore by just having them fire in a straight line, as it were. And then if they miss, they miss, or if they hit, they hit. Like, trying to work out that is just making the game overly complex for something that doesn't really have that much of an impact. Because you can see, like, the shots are pretty much always in the right area anyway. There's just a slight curve if the helicopters get into full speed, like perhaps here you'll see it sort of curves around to try and catch up with him a bit. But again, it's very slight. It's just not really worth worrying about.